Early morning, July. Still cool outside. A hint of dew on the grass. Everything feels calm, almost peaceful. You walk over to your tomatoes, and then you see it. Leaves eaten through, aphids coating every stem. Your zucchini, the one that looked strong yesterday, lying half-chewed on the ground. Small, dark droppings reveal overnight caterpillar damage. Weeks of work, hauling water, starting seeds indoors, nurturing every single plant, hoping, and then this. You feel that familiar knot in your stomach. You already know what comes next. You turn around, walk to the shed, grab the bottle. Maybe you win a week, maybe two, but they come back, often stronger than before, because their natural enemies are already gone, every time. Why? Why does gardening feel like an annual war for so many people? Why does it get worse year after year, even when you spray more, monitor more, fight harder? And why are there gardens where this war simply doesn't happen, without a single synthetic product? A few years ago, I stood in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, right in the middle of an old order Amish garden, and I saw something that didn't fit my understanding of how gardens work. No chemicals, no high-tech equipment, no sterile, manicured soil, and yet strong plants, almost no damage. In a wet summer that sent aphid populations exploding everywhere else. What did these people know that we're missing? In this video, I'll show you 7 specific principles that explain that difference, and every single one of them you can start applying tomorrow morning in your own garden. Stay with me. Principle 3 genuinely surprised me. The biggest change isn't a product, it's a question. We ask, how do I kill the pest? The Amish ask, why is it here? That sounds simple. It isn't, because behind that question lies a completely different mindset, one that doesn't rely on reaction, but on design. A pest rarely shows up by accident. It responds to stress, nutrient imbalance, monoculture. Many insects are drawn to plants with high nitrogen levels and soft tissue, classic signs of fast fertilized beds. The pest isn't the problem. It's the symptom, and if you only treat symptoms, the same problem comes back next year. Guaranteed. The difference doesn't begin on the leaf. It begins in the soil. Principle 1, and it's the foundation of everything else. In Amish communities, soil care isn't extra work. It's the main work. Before a single plant goes in, compost goes down. Every year, no exceptions. Well-aged manure, plant matter, straw, broken down over months until it's dark, crumbly, and smells like the earth after rain. Why all this effort? Because living soil is far more than nutrients. It contains billions of microorganisms per gram, fungal networks, earthworms, a complete underground ecosystem that buffers, unlocks, and delivers nutrients exactly when the plant needs them. Plants grown in this kind of soil develop stronger cell walls, more complex defense compounds, and steadier nutrient uptake. Studies show that healthy soils increase plant stress resistance against drought, disease, and pest pressure alike. Weak soil produces weak plants, and weak plants are an open invitation for aphids. The real question isn't, which spray do I need? It's, how alive is my soil, really? Principle 2, and almost everyone underestimates this one. Most gardens are tidy. Tomatoes in a row, cabbage in a row, beans in a row. To us, that looks organized. To a cabbage white butterfly, it's a welcome sign. Many insects navigate by volatile plant compounds, and monoculture amplifies those signals measurably. 20 cabbage plants side by side are a lighthouse for exactly the right pest. It finds its target effortlessly, lays eggs, multiplies, and before you notice, you have a serious problem on your hands. That's why the Amish mix systematically. Between cabbage grows dill or cilantro. Both attract beneficial insects and disrupt the scent profile of the bed. Between tomatoes stands basil. Along the edges, bloom marigolds. Marigolds are particularly interesting. Certain varieties produce compounds that can reduce nematode populations in the soil. So you're not just working above ground, you're working below it too. The goal isn't combat, it's illegibility. A pest that can't locate its target moves on, somewhere else. Now we get to principle 3, the one that genuinely surprised me. You already have allies in your garden. You're probably just destroying them every year without knowing it. A single ladybug eats up to 150 aphids per day, every day. A single lacewing larva, barely visible, almost completely unknown, consumes several hundred aphids over the course of its entire development. And parasitic wasps lay their eggs directly inside pests. The larvae do the rest. No chemicals. No effort on your part. Silent, automatic, daily. That sounds almost too good to be true, but that's exactly what happens in a healthy garden when you let it. The problem: one single spray treatment with insecticide destroys that entire chain. Not just the pests die, so do all their natural enemies. And then you're suddenly alone, the only defender of a garden that could have defended itself. Principle 4 costs you 10 minutes a day, and it prevents weeks of frustration. The morning walk. Why morning? Because insects are sluggish in cool temperatures. Because you spot eggs before they hatch. Because you stop small populations before they grow exponentially. Most serious infestations don't come from outside invasions. They come from unnoticed reproduction, happening right inside your own bed. 10 minutes of careful observation, targeted removal, quiet attention. That's not gardening folklore, that's math. Principle 5 sounds counterintuitive. You plant something, specifically, so it gets eaten, on purpose. Trap cropping, the sacrificial plant. Blue Hubbard squash attracts certain squash pests far more strongly than any other variety. Planted at the edge, it draws damage away from the rest of the garden. Radishes pull in flea beetles before they reach your more sensitive crops. You're offering the pest a more attractive alternative. Don't try to save everything. Sacrifice one plant strategically to protect the whole. That's not luck, that's planning. Principle 6, and almost nobody does this. The Amish don't plant by date. They plant by soil. They observe soil temperature, flowering phases, insect cycles, and wait until conditions are genuinely right. Cold soil delays germination and weakens seedlings. Weakened seedlings send out stress signals, and those exact signals attract pests. Planting just 2 weeks later often means skipping the first pest wave entirely. Sometimes too early is the actual mistake. Principle 7. It doesn't get simpler than this. A piece of cardboard. Cut worms slice through young stems at soil level overnight. Silent, invisible, devastating. A simple cardboard collar around the seedling stops that completely. After a few weeks, the stem hardens, and the protection becomes unnecessary. The cardboard breaks down on its own. No plastic, no residue, no repeat applications. Sometimes the simplest solution is the most durable. And if you do still need to step in, here's your solution. No chemicals. You probably already have everything at home. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that repel many insects outright. Chili delivers capsaicin. The same thing that burns us works just as unpleasantly on pests. Here's how. Roughly chop or crush 3 to 4 garlic cloves. Dice 1 to 2 chili peppers, or use a teaspoon of chili powder. Add both to 500 milliliters of boiling water and steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Let cool. Strain through a fine sieve or cloth. Stir in 1 teaspoon of liquid dish soap. It helps the mixture cling to leaves instead of rolling off. Pour into a spray bottle and apply directly to affected plants. Spray in the evening or on overcast days. Direct sun can cause leaf spots. Don't spray directly on beneficial insects. Repeat every 3 to 4 days for heavy infestations. Keeps in the refrigerator for about 1 week. No hazardous waste. No protective gloves, no waiting period before harvest. So, why isn't this standard? Because this approach demands something no product can replace. Observation, patience, consistency. It doesn't produce instant dramatic results, but it produces something more valuable. A garden that sustains itself over the long term. A garden that depends on you less. A garden that works, even when you're not around. And maybe that's exactly why we keep reaching for the bottle every year, even though the results barely change.